This is the workflow that I use to render this BMX bicycle. Please take a look and let me know what you think. So the first thing I did is in SolidWorks, I made sure that I grouped my parts by appearance. So all the parts that I want to group under this one appearance, I applied that appearance to them. For example, the frame and this bolt are using the same appearance, so I just pretty much did the same thing for every part that I want to group under a certain appearance. So even the tire itself, the tire is just a texture map. I actually didn't, it's not a model, and as you can see when I click on it, it's just a texture map. So once I've grouped my parts by appearance, the next thing we are going to do is just go into Visualize, and I have my model here, and I'm just going to drag it into Visualize, and under this option, import settings, I want to select the geometry appearance, and under the part groupings, normally if I do automatic, it's going to import all the parts in that assembly, but I only wanted to import those parts based on the appearance that those parts are grouped under. So I'm going to select the appearance and click OK, and it's going to take a couple of seconds for it to load. Just a second. Still loading. Okay, so now once everything is loaded, the first thing I want to do is select the model and snap to floor, and I'm going to go into fast mode, preview mode, so it's a little bit quick. So snap to floor, and I will center it. Then the next thing I did is go into the preview option, enable floor shadow, reflect other models, and reflect in other models. And that is pretty much all I did here. Snap to floor, center, and enable, and this preview options. So the next thing I did is under my camera, this is gonna be my free camera, which is the camera I'm just going to be using to rotate around. And because I worked on this previously, I actually made a good camera view that I like. So what I would do is just click load camera, and I have the BMX camera, and I'm going to load that. So this is my final render is going to be in this view. So I'm going to go back into that free camera, and on my appearance, I actually these are my appearance, and if I click on this red gloss, and you can see all the parts that are using that red gloss are selected. So now when I edit this one appearance, all that parts gets edited the same way, so I don't have to physically add it to in each individual ones. That was why I grouped the appearance in SolidWorks. So what I'm going to start doing is just adding my appearance, and I actually tweaked those appearances a little bit when I import them in, and I saved them into a folder in Visualize. So under my library and my BMX bicycle, I have those appearances here. It's this same appearance, but I tweaked them a little bit, because if I have to start changing them now, it's probably gonna take a couple of minutes to an hour to do it. So just to make things fast, I'm just going to start adding this appearance, and I'll go into the fast mode to do that. So this is what it looks like now, and I'm going to add zoom in. This is the brake cable is this, and this next one is the brake. This is this one, and the next one is the brake line. The brake line is that one, and the brake pad is somewhere in here. So I'm just going to zoom in. The brake pad is this one right here. The brake chain pin. So I'm going to zoom in this way, or maybe zoom out. Yeah, something like that, so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to zoom in. The brake, the chain pin is that black pin in the inside that chain. Apply that, and the chain is this. Apply to that, and the frame cap is this one right here. That I'm going to apply. Maybe I should zoom in. Sometimes it's just a little bit. And the frame is that red color. And as you can see, it's actually changing now, and everything is actually looking pretty good. The grips is this up here. The hub is this back here. The hub is that one, and the rim is this rim. Seat plastic. Please bear with me, I mean, because this actually has more parts, so we're almost done. The seat is this one. The spokes is this. The sprocket is that one. Stem. My stem is this. And that. So if I zoom in, these two are my stem, and the tire is that one, and we only have two more. I'll zoom up a little bit. So the valve cap is that, and the valve is that. So we've applied all our appearance now, and if you want the settings for my appearance, please let me know, and I would send this file to you, this visualize file, so you can see what my appearance, what my settings are for the appearance. So I have pretty much everything, and as you can see, it looks different from what I imported in the first time. So now I have all those appearance in. I'm just going to right click and delete all unused appearance. So now I only have the appearance that I'm using in SolidWorks. And if I go into the last mode, the accurate mode, and as you can see, the only thing I feel like I have to do is maybe I'll go back into fast mode, so everything is fast. On this seat, the texture mapping is UV, and I'm going to change it to box. And now, as you can see, you can actually see the texture of that seat, the leather on it. And that's pretty much all I did. So the next thing we're going to do is go into our scene, and I'll go into the scene library and environment, and I did this California desert small, and just to make sure, yes, that's the one I used. And now I can just change my camera. So that's what I used, and what I did is under the scene, I'm going to hide that environment, the background color, and change it to 26, and click on that. And another thing, the brightness, I change it to 2.14, and as you can see, everything is looking much better now. The gamma, I think I changed that to 0.97, and this is 25, I left that. And the camera rotation, I changed it to 6.4, and the shadow intensity, I changed that to 1.5. And that is pretty much the entire workflow that I did. And now, as you can see, it looks completely different from what we imported in. So under here, I changed the setting here, the appearance, I tweaked it, and in the scene I just changed the brightness, the gamma, and rotate the camera, and this is what I found works good. And once we are done, all I will just do, I'm pretty sure I'm done now, so all I'll just do is go right to output and browse to the file location, and I just want to render one single file, and 1920 by 1080, and maybe for this I'll do 2000 passes, and I'll start render and I will show you the result once it's done. Thank you, and I will see you in the next lecture. Bye.